Szechuan pepper spiked prawns with ginger and loads of spicy chilies. This is one dish that packs a massive punch. Oh, you guys are gonna love it. Okay, so you guys know how much I love all things spicy, so you can imagine how happy I am with this dish. Full of chilies, full of Szechuan peppercorns. We're gonna start with those peppercorns. So with the Szechuan peppercorns, I like to get them whole, and they have a kind of a slightly spicy but more numbing kind of sensation on your tongue. So it's not just flavor, it has a kind of citrusy high note to it, but also a textural thing or a taste thing on your palate. You could at a pinch make these with black peppercorns. You won't get the same kind of wow factor, but you know, you have to make do with what you got sometimes. Anyway, we've got the Szechuan peppercorns, and I'm going to put them into a dry frying pan. And now you just want to keep these guys moving while they're on the heat, and the whole idea here is that the heat will sort of release the aromas and essential oils in the Szechuan peppercorns and give us a big flavour. I really start to smell those peppercorns now. Now once I can kind of see whispers of smoke coming off that pan, I know we're good to go. So I'm just going to pop these into my mortar. And you can use a coffee grinder or a spice grinder here as well, but I'm just going to use my pestle to grind this to a fine powder. Okay, so you're looking for this kind of very fine situation here, and just pop that into a bowl. Okay, so just set that one aside for later. The next thing is to marinate our prawns. Super simple. I just want a little bit of soy sauce. Oh, and look at these beauties. Massive tiger prawns, my favorite. And then just a little dash of sesame oil. Give that a mix. These don't need long at all. I'm just going to put them aside while I slice and dice the rest of my ingredients. I want some ginger, and I want that in really fine slices. So I'm going to use a spoon first of all to take the skin off, then thin slices first, and then slice those into very thin little strips. And the chilies, of course. So I'm using these large red dried chilies. And then just cut any stem part if there's some attached off, and cut these into little spicy pieces. I'm not afraid of the heat, so I'm going to leave the chili seeds in there. If you wanted to make this a little milder, you could use less chilies, of course, and you could also take those seeds out. And the other ingredient we need is some spring onion. Oh, so many aromatics in this stir fry, it really does pack a punch. Okay, so with these spring onions, I want to slice up the pale part because I want to fry that in the oil at the beginning, release some of those spring onion flavors through the whole dish. And then the green part I'll slice up and we'll add those at the end, and that's mainly for a little bit of color. And now for the stir fry sauce, I want some soy sauce. And then I've got some Shaoxing Chinese cooking wine here as well. If you wanted to leave this alcohol free, just replace it with a little bit of chicken stock. And then to balance out that salty soy and also give a little bit of caramelization when that sauce hits the pan, I'm going to add a little bit of sugar. Just mix that through. Now we're going to cook the prawns. First cook, I just want to get some really nice crispiness. So I'm going to add a good amount of oil. I want to cover the whole bottom of that pan. So it really depends on the size of your pan, how much oil you need to add. And then we want to coat these prawns in a little bit of flour just to help crisp everything up.
Wow.
Okay, just tap off any excess flour and get those prawns sizzling. Now don't overcrowd the pan. You want each of these guys with plenty of space to do their thing. So if you need to do it in batches, that's totally okay. And they just need a minute or so to get crispy and all deep, dark, golden. Oh, and they're smelling amazing already. Now these don't have to be cooked all the way through at this point because they're going to go through a stir fry process as well. So once I've got the colour and a little bit of that crispiness, I'm going to pull them straight out, put them on some paper towel. So now we're going to get all fiery and sizzly. Time to do the stir frying part. And into a clean pan, put a little bit of oil. And I've got some garlic. You'll notice it's very roughly chopped, and I often do that for stir fry so that the garlic doesn't burn. And now all those amazing, beautiful aromatics and the chilies, the ginger, the spring onion. Oh, this combination stir frying smells so amazing. And in go my prawns, all golden and a little crispy. And then you want to rain down all that Szechuan peppercorn powder. I like to do it over the prawns, make sure they get a lot of pepper love. Give that a toss. Look at that color, pure magic. Now in with the stir fry sauce. What should happen is all the crispy coating on the outside of the prawn should basically soak up all of that liquid so that you've just got each prawn coated in its own beautiful, salty, umami, peppery kind of thing. Now the spring onion. Oh, this is smelling so amazing. I wish you guys were here to smell it. Now I'm going to serve this up. This is beautiful just with some steamed rice. There you go, guys. One of the most aromatic, flavorful stir fries I think I've ever cooked for you. You really have to try this one. If you've got any comments or questions, pop them below. And if you enjoyed the video, why not hit that subscribe button plus the little bell one, and that way you'll get notified every time I release a new video. Thanks, guys.